Hi, Rosario. Good evening.
Hi, Miss. Good evening. How are
How
you?
are you? Thank you. How about you?
Oh, it was fine. I
You
was,
had a
yeah, I have a busy day and it's good. I think I was working hard this day and I like it. So, yeah.
yes, it happens to me. I really enjoy when days are so busy. And I arrive at home as so very tired and then but I'm happy with that. I don't like those days where I don't do anything special, right? So I almost spend the whole day. Well, it doesn't happen frequently. Uh, so yes, I really enjoy those days where I can stay at home and maybe look for some series and then right. But then I really enjoy my busy days. Okay. So how was your weekend?
My weekend, yeah, I ate a lot. It was good because the nutriologist told that it's good. But
You you ate a
what?
lot? You ate a lot?
Yeah, I ate a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
my
yes,
father come to visit us, so yeah, it was good too. I was working hard as I told you, so I was really busy in my things and in the things of university. So yeah, I think it
so
was good. Yeah, it was a great weekend.
oh, that's good to know. That's great to know. We have to enjoy our family days. So yes, that's great to know. Thank you for sharing your opinion, your weekend, and then. So
Sure.
we're going to start, right? Because we lost 10 minutes, and it was because I went to buy some pills, and the pharmacy was closed. So yes, I went to buy some pills for my brother. He had
Ah,
he has no right now he has a headache. So yes, I went for it. I guess it's because of the climate. I don't know what's really going on, but yes, I hope he feels better. So thank you for waiting.
no, don't worry, miss. I like the classes at night, so yeah, don't
Okay,
worry.
that's
But hey, you're good to your flu?
yes, I'm better. Yes, I guess now I'm better. I'm on my 100% of my health. Yes, because it was terrible. It lasts 2 weeks. Yes, almost 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
but now
sounds better
it's
too.
better.
Yeah. But
Yes,
probably is your brother get contagious, get flu?
yes, I guess it's because of my guilty. It was for me. And he told me, no, I'm sick because it's your fault. And then I felt guilty and I said, oops, okay, so are things that happen. I can't
Yeah.
control.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so it
But
was,
okay, it was good to know that you are better. So I think
yeah,
that you don't get COVID, right? And so your brother it will be okay. Yes.
yes, I hope so. Yes, I hope so. But no, it was not COVID because I went to the doctor and he told me, no, it's just a cold. So it was a strong cold, but you have to take care of yourself. So yes, that was everything. It was just I didn't take care of myself at all, right? So
Yeah.
yes, now
Yeah, but you will return to your classes normally, so it
yes,
will be
now I
good for your classmates too.
yes, it was a little bit uncomfortable for me because when I went to CAP, then all of them they used to look at me like, what's going on? You have COVID or what? And it was uncomfortable. I had
Yeah.
to leave for almost uh 5 minutes then. So yes, it was terrible. No, it was just terrible for them and for me. But thankful, I'm grateful now. I'm okay.
Okay.
For asking. So okay, we're going to to start with today's classes. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. So we're going to see this lesson. It's about comparisons with as plus adjective plus as. I really enjoy this lesson because in Spanish we have these two words. We have this lesson in Spanish for sure, but these two parts are different. Or I mean, it has a different word, and this other has a different other word. So yes, it's incredible how it works. In English, we only have one. So it gets difficult for me at the beginning when I learned this lesson. It was a little bit difficult to understand because I always try to translate. And then I realized that it's the same, right? It's the name that we put to these words. So yes, something that it's important to know though, when we speak English, in some cases, as we don't really know the context, or I mean, as for example, as one verb has lots of meanings, okay, it's up to us which meaning are we going to give them. So that's the coolest part, I guess. Yes, it's incredible because for me, this, or for example, the verb get, for me, I'm going to use in this context, or I'm going to give the own meaning. Es increíble del inglés que puedes poner acorde al significado lo que a ti te parezca más cerca en traducción. No es preciso, la traducción a veces no es tan precisa, entonces puedes poner tu significado siempre y cuando se siga con, o no se saque de contexto la traducción. So this happens to this lesson. So let's start. It's about comparisons with us. Let's listen the audio.
Hi, I was just thinking about my friend Andrea. She's a journalist like Talia. I think she's just as smart as Talia, but she's not as ambitious. As smart as and not as ambitious are comparisons with as. Let's learn about them.
Okay, so we have as smart as, or we have not as ambitious. And let's learn. This is a short lesson, right? So let's listen to point number one, where we're going to learn in what cases, what does it mean, when do we have to use them, what is the purpose, what is, or how is the structure for it. So let's listen.
Sometimes we want to talk about ways two people or things are the same. To talk about a similarity, we use as plus adjective plus as.
Maybe you can describe Jackie Baker.
She's as tall as you are.
Nick means that Jackie and the receptionist are the same height.
Okay, so let's talk about this example. This is a short one, as all us, and it is a simple one. So when we want to talk about ways to people or things, okay, I can take a group of people or things, okay, are the same, okay. To talk about the similarity that something could have, we're going to focus in this word, similarity, okay. We're going to use as adjective plus as. Let's remember the adjectives are those words, those nouns that describe situations or things, okay. It was beautiful if you are tall, because you are tall. I'm describing you, okay. So you are taller than me, for example. And then, so the adjectives are those nouns, that describe people, things, animals, objects, and then, okay. So when we are going to show, okay, that something is the same or it's similar in some way, we're going to use this structure, as plus adjective plus as. Maybe you can describe Jackie Baker. I guess this is the part of the series where Nick tries to show Nick tries to find the Jackie Baker. Yes, if I'm not wrong. Yes, he enters to the building. Jackie Baker works. Yes, if I'm not wrong, it works like that. So she is as tall as you are, okay? So in this case, I'm going to suppose that I'm Nick, okay? So I'm going to
Okay.
say, a Jackie Baker is as tall as you are, okay? So I'm trying to say that Jackie Baker has a similar height or height that you are, okay? So yes, as you can see, I'm not very precise. Could be two things, that it's the same or it's similar. Okay, in this case, as I don't know the height as it really is, I'm going to show a similarity. Could be approximately something like that. Okay, so I guess Jackie Baker is, yes, is as tall as you are. Okay, es tan alta como, tan como. Okay.
Mhm.
Tan tiene una, es diferente en castellano. ¿Cómo? Ok. Tenemos dos diferentes palabras en castellano, pero en inglés utilizamos la misma. Ok. And yes, that will be, in this case, Nick means that Jackie and the receptionist are the same. Okay. So yes, that could be the first point of it. Is there any question maybe?
When I talk, for example, it's supposed that I'm sure about it, or it's supposed that I remember, like, or something like imprecise.
Oh, when you, could you repeat your question, please?
Okay, when I describe, so for example, she is as tall as you are, it's supposed that I'm sure, I'm 100% sure that it's tall as you are, or it's something like you are. So it's more like imprecise, not really sure, but I remember that. So
Like an impression,
yeah.
you know? Yeah, okay. Not really. Not really. It's not like you're, I'm not always going to be 100% sure that your height is 20 feet, for example. Okay, no. But as I remember, okay, it's an approximately height that I can suppose. ¿Ok? No necesariamente tienes que estar 100% segura, pero sí podría ser un 95% a 100%, porque no sé tu estatura, por ejemplo. Pero sí me puedo ubicar porque te he visto y aparentas cierta altura, al igual que J.T. Baker. Entonces asocio tu estatura con la de ella y puedo decir que estoy casi un 95% segura, porque no sé ni cuánto mides, por ejemplo. ¿Ok? Entonces, para hablar acerca de similitud, ¿ok? O si bien pudiera yo saber que en algún caso sé cuánto es tu altura y justamente también sé la de Jackie Baker, casualmente las dos tienen la misma altura, entonces también puedo utilizar, o entonces puede ser o muy precisa o puede que no. Entonces va redondeando entre un 95 a 100% de certeza, pero es una similitud que yo puedo percibir. ¿Ok?
Okay. Okay, I got it. So it's not
Oh,
really precise, right? It's more like I remember that. It's not necessary to be sure about it. It's only like I remember.
if you know, if you are 100% sure, yes, you can do it. There is no problem. Or in the case that you have the impression of something like, yes, yes, I am almost sure, then you can also use it. So it could be an impression, or it could be that you are 100% sure that about the similarities between to people, to things, to situations. Okay, so yes. For example, the weather in La Paz, let's suppose, right? It's only an example. The weather in La Paz is as cold as Cochabamba. Okay, so I've been in La Paz, I live in Cochabamba, so then I can show the similarity, right? So then you're going to travel to La Paz and you're going to say, I don't know, what should I wear? What should I take to travel, to take on my, I don't know, to take it for my trip. So I'm going to say, Oh, you know, Rosario, the weather in La Paz is as cold as Cochabamba. So you have to wear the same clothes that you're wearing right now, for example. Okay, try to take this and this and this other one. So yes, that's a similarity that I'm trying to show you. Okay, so I don't know the grades or something like that, but I can associate it. Okay, I can associate the weather of Cochabamba with La Paz. So yes, that's an approximately of the weather that I can give you. Okay, so as I told you, it could be an impression or you are 100% sure of something. It could be for facts, for example. Yes, yes, that could be. Do you get
Miss,
it?
yeah, I get it, but okay, you told me an example that I was thinking about it. Is it correct to say the weather is as cold as the weather of La Paz is as cold as I don't know, Oruro, for example? Is it correct to say is as?
Yes, 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 it's like this one. She is us, okay? So, no es esto un verbo. Tal vez quieres decir que es un extraño por el choque que hay, is us, exactamente, pero gramáticamente está bien porque esto no es un verbo, ¿ok? Esto es el verbo, entonces, si yo omito esto, ella como ella tan alta como tú, no tendría sentido, ¿ok? So yes, yes, it's correct. So don't worry about it, right? It's the same as example. The weather is as cold as it is there, for example. There is no problem with it, okay? Está súper bien, no hay problema, está correcto. Tal vez hace referencia por cómo suena, ok? Por este choque, is as, pero no es un verbo, ok? Este es el verbo.
So,
Entonces,
okay, so it's supposed that I have to follow bueno, where well before as adjective as we have to put before and verb, right? So it's
yes.
like subject, verb, as adjective as, and so on.
Bueno, en realidad, esta parte nos va a enfocar solo en esto, ¿ok? Pero saliendo de esto, te vas a dar cuenta que tenemos la misma estructura gramatical de una oración simple, es decir, es sujeto y verbo, ¿ok? Entonces ya a esto quiero complementar algo más y por eso sigue esta estructura, ¿ok? Entonces, claro, imagínate si yo quiero decir, esto es tan grande, esto, ¿dónde está mi verbo? Esto es tan grande, y ahí ya sigo con el as, adjective plus as. ¿No? Entonces, vamos a tomar el segundo ejemplo. Things aren't as bad as they seem, ¿ok? En este caso estamos hablando de diferencia, lo vamos a ver ahorita, pero quiero enfocarme en el ejemplo, en la estructura. Tengo aquí el sujeto, ¿ok? Sujeto, tengo el verbo, ¿ok? Es igual que este, el verbo to be, ¿ok? Y a continuación sigo con la estructura gramatical de not as, adjective plus as, ¿ok? Entonces, es necesario poder el poner el verbo to be, porque de lo contrario, ¿cómo podría expresar? Las cosas no son, son, las cosas no son, ¿ok? Las cosas no como tal como aparentan, entonces, o tal como se ven. Entonces, estaría incompleto. Sí o sí tienes que llevar tu verbo, ¿ok? En este caso estamos enfocándonos en el verbo to be, ¿ok?
Okay, thanks, Miss.
Okay. Don't worry, it's okay. If you have another question about the structure, just let me know. And now we're going to continue with point number 2, when we're going to talk about differences between things.
Sometimes we want to talk about ways two people or things are different. To talk about a difference, we use not as plus adjective plus as.
Things aren't as bad as they seem.
Ok, era de suponerse que como podemos hablar de similitudes utilizando oraciones afirmativas, También podemos expresar las diferencias utilizando la expresión negativa. So when we want to talk about two ways or things are different, okay, let's remember, okay? We're going to have two usage for it. Affirmative, okay, and negative. Affirmative structure, when we're going to show that something is the same, to talk about similarities, okay? I'm going to use the negative one to show something that is different, okay? To show the difference between two things, two people, okay? So again, the same, affirmative. The differences, okay, negative, okay? And that's all. In this case, things aren't as bad as they seem. This is a negative sentence. This is a negative context, okay? Things aren't, well, the context is, I guess it's a common phrase that we always hear. So let's take a view. We have you have two options, okay, to write it, not to use the contraction, right? If you don't want to use a contraction, you can just do it by superior, or you can join the verb to be, okay, in this case, with the negative, okay? Las cosas no son tan malas como se ven. Okay? Las cosas malas como se ven. Es una negación y estoy hablando de las diferencias, de alguna diferencia, okay? So yes, that could be another example. What else can we say about it? I don't know. Let's think. The weather, I'm going to take the same example. The weather is not as cold as it's in Cochabamba, for example. Okay, so there is a difference. It means that here in Cochabamba, the weather is very, very hot. In La Paz, it's very, very cold. So it is a difference. There is a difference, okay? So take care, Rosario. The weather is not as hot as in La Paz, for example, as it is in La Paz. I mean, yes. Okay. So that there is a difference. So you have to take another type of clothes, for example. Okay. So it is a difference. I'm trying to demonstrate the difference between two cities in this case. Okay. And I'm using the negative one. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it. Thanks, Miss.
Okay, that's great to know. So let's continue with the next point. And okay.
When the meaning is clear, we often leave out the second part of the comparison. Dean's a good player, but is he as good as Nick?
Sure, he's just as good.
Okay.
In this example, Zach means Dean is as good as Nick.
Okay. Cuando el significado es obvio, okay. For example, Dean is a good player, but is he as good as Nick? Sure, he's just as good, okay. Vamos a ver que está compuesto de dos partes, según la estructura. Tenemos esta primera parte que es as good y por último tenemos as, ok. En realidad hace referencia a que a veces cuando ya el significado es obvio, sé de quién estoy hablando. In this example, Zach means that Dean is as good as Nick. So let's suppose that I'm going to write in the complete form. Dean is a good player, but is he as good as Nick? Sure, there is no doubt. He is just as good as Nick. Okay, but if I already have this and I already know that we're talking about Nick, so it looks like a redundant information, you know? So when the meaning is clear, in this case, I know, okay, I'm going to suppose that, let's suppose that I'm Zach. I know that I'm talking about Nick, okay? So it's unnecessary to repeat everything, okay? Sure, he's just as good as Nick is, for example, okay? Or could be, and then I don't know. But, well, that's part of the complement. But as you can see, when it's clear, we often leave the second part out of the comparison. Okay, but it's up to you. It's up to you. But you're going to see, even in Spanish, right? If I want to say, for example, es un buen jugador, pero es tan bueno como Nick. Por supuesto, es igual de bueno, ¿ok? Puede
Okay.
ser algo, la traducción puede ser algo como eso. Entonces, no repito el nombre porque ya sé de quién estoy hablando. Entonces, cuando ya sé, se supone de quién estamos hablando, de qué estamos hablando, se omite la segunda parte. No es necesario, no es obligatorio, it's up to you, but we try to do it like, or we try to, or we want to avoid the redundant information. So for that reason, that's the reason why we do that. Okay.
Okay, Miss. Yeah, I get it.
Oh,
But it's
that's
like
cool.
it's more like a confirm, right?
Yes. Let's see. Yes, could be, right? The other context is to confirm something, okay? Yes, to give extra information or something like that to confirm. Dean's a good player, but is he as good as Nick? Pero es tan bueno como él, como Nick, okay? Yes, for sure. He's just as good, okay? So yes.
Okay,
All right.
perfect. Yes.
That's cool. And okay, that will be everything. I thought we had one slide more. As I told you, this is a short one. For example, we have lots of adjectives, okay? Tenemos demasiados adjetivos. And it's up to you which one are you going to use, and it depends on your context, okay? For example, Sarah is as pretty as her sister, okay? So that's an affirmative one. I'm trying to show the similarity, okay, between Sarah and her sister in this case. And something that it's common to use is as soon as, okay, as soon as. I'm going to call you, okay? Oh, as soon. This is an expression. Okay, as soon as I can. Te llamaré tan pronto pueda. Okay, utilizamos el simple present. Okay, that's very important. I'm going to read your message as soon as I can. Okay, right now I'm very busy, so I can't. Okay, so this is like more like an expression that we always use. Tan pronto como. Okay. So yes, we can also use, okay, with other verbs. It's not like a rule that you always have to use the verb to be. I worked as hard as
you.
As hard as we
As you.
could. I'm sorry?
No, don't worry. It was the example. I was told I was telling you that I work as hard as you.
Oh, okay, let's change it. Let's write it as you, for example. Yes, it's more simple though. It's more short. Okay, so I work as hard as we could. Okay, I worked as hard as you, for example. Okay. So as you can see, I'm trying to show the similarity. So even though more than that, the context, the structure, I changed the verb. Okay, I'm not just only the verb to be. It's okay, but I can also use other time tenses. Okay, in this case, I use the same past. Or I don't know. I can also use the verb to be. Okay, in the past tense. So for example, the math test wasn't, okay, negative, wasn't as difficult. Okay, notice that until this part, okay, the math test wasn't, I'm following the normal structure, okay? Wasn't difficult, for example. But if I want to compare, I have to take another one, for example, okay? Hasta aquí mi oración está bien. Pero ¿qué pasa si quiero comparar? So for that, I'm going to use this structure. So I'm going to continue as it is. So the math test wasn't, okay, so as difficult as I thought. Oh my goodness, okay. as I thought. What is this? Okay, as I thought. Okay. Or she is not. She is not. She is not as. What can we say? As hard worker. Yes, as hard worker as you are. Okay. Ella no es tan trabajadora como tú lo eres. Okay. So we consider as well, we say hard worker to that person that works a lot. Okay. So yes, this is an adjective though, so you can also use it. Okay. So
Okay.
we can also use like the example I gave you, as soon as, is like a possibility, right? I want to travel to as many places as possible. Okay, notice that the structure is a little bit more longer than we supposed to, that we learn. Let's try it. I want to travel. Okay, you're going to say that the structure is weird, but it's okay. To as many
Yeah.
and to as many places as possible. Ok, esto en realidad es como una posibilidad, ok, no es tanto como una comparación. También podemos utilizar esta estructura para hablar de posibilidades, ok, as possible.
Like aspiration, right? It sounds more like aspiration.
Yes,
More
and
like expression. I was hearing so a lot of examples in expressions, like, I don't know, you had to give me that homework as soon as possible. So it's like, yeah, it's I associate more in like expressions, more
yes,
like comparisons, right?
yes, that is also good, right? It's more like an aspiration that I could have an expectation, okay, and the other one is like a possibility. For example, in this case, I want to travel to, okay, cuando decimos to en este caso, antes de otra cosa, ¿por qué estamos poniendo travel to y no estoy poniendo tal vez mi verbo? ¿Dónde está mi verbo? Ok. ¿Está incorrecto? ¿Esto estaría incorrecto? No, está súper bien. Gramáticamente está bien. ¿Por qué? Porque estoy queriendo ser un poco más amplia, ¿ok? Estoy queriendo decir que a varios lugares, o que precisamente ahora no sé a qué lugares, sin embargo, voy a entender que quiero viajar, ¿ok? Por ejemplo, también me gustaría viajar. I would like to travel too, ¿ok? Entonces, esto es parte de una lección donde no completamos la oración porque queremos ser un poco más general, ¿ok? I would like to travel with, for example, ¿ok? ¿Y con quién dirías tú? Pero está bien porque es un poco más general, ¿ok? I'm working on, for example. Estoy trabajando en eso. ¿Ok? I'm working on. Es general, no estoy siendo específica, ¿ok? Entonces hay muchísimas expresiones que aparentan ser incompletas, pero es porque el significado es mucho más amplio, ¿ok? O a veces es innecesario decirlo, right? I want to travel to as many, oh, I wrote too many, so I'm sorry. As many places as possible, ¿ok? So it's correct. The structure is correct. It's part of other lessons. So yes, sure, we're going to look for it. Then I don't remember the name of this lesson. We have lots of, and in Spanish it looks weird. Me gustaría viajar con.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Me gustaría viajar a dónde? Okay. Pero en
And
inglés
if I write only without it to, it isn't correct. So I want to travel as many as possible, as many places as possible.
I want to travel. Yes, it's also okay. It's also okay, right? But I want to say, in this case, I want to say that could be many places, and yes, I want to be more, or I want to sound more in general. Okay, so you can just leave out, and it's okay. I want to travel. Okay, as many places as possible. It's also okay.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Miss.
So
What
it's
is another example that it's really necessary to put to us? Because it also it sounds weird, but I really don't imagine that case when it's necessary to put the two words together.
Okay. Okay. Are you saying another example with two? With the preposition. Es como una preposición aislada. Okay. Es como una preposición que no tiene su complemento. Una oración incompleta. Aparenta ser incompleta. ¿Te refieres a otro ejemplo?
Yeah, no, it's more like I don't imagine a case when put to and as together, it's really necessary. So is it exist a case when I had to put to and as? So I
No,
think that it's really unnecessary to put, and that is the reason why I hear both words together weird.
Oh, yes. No, not really. As I told you, this is like a compliment. Okay. This is like a compliment that if you want to, yes, you do it. In what cases? About your, well, in those cases that you consider that you need to express like a general information. But it's also okay if you leave out. Okay. So it is as you feel comfortable. There is no rules. Okay. There is no rules. No hay en realidad una regla que diga que sí tienes que poner o no tienes que poner, right? Entonces, depende de ti, ¿ok? Sin embargo, ambas opciones están bien, no quiere decir que estén correctas, ¿ok? So, if you can't imagine a case where you just leave the two alone, okay, with without the complement to be, to fly, to travel, to eat, to what, okay? That's the reason of why it looks weird for you, because this is something that we've never learned, okay? Es la razón por la cual aparenta ser muy extraño porque nunca lo hemos visto. Sin embargo, es más común de lo que aparenta. No siempre con el as, ok, no siempre con esta estructura, pero de por sí la oración, hay algunas oraciones que se dejan incompletas entre comillas, que solo se utiliza la preposición sola, okay? For example, if I'm going to say, where do you like to, I would like to travel to, okay? To travel to. So it's like a more general, like a more general information, okay? So not only in this case, you can just leave out, okay? It's part of the, as I told you, it's part of other lesson. And you can use this one, okay? You can use this incomplete, it's like an expression that we use, okay? Yes, it's like an expression. It's the other usage that we use this expression is to, when the meaning is clear, okay? También cuando el significado es claro, solemos utilizar esta oración incompleta, dejar la preposición sola. Con ellos puedo decir solo con, ok, también me gustaría ver. Suena extraño, lo sé. Y no es comprender, es cosa de escuchar. I don't remember the name of the lesson, ok. No, es que creo que no sé si está en Pearson, no estoy segura, pero voy a tratar de buscarla, aunque sea en PDF. A ver, voy a buscar ahora mismo. I don't know video about it, but yes, it's more frequent as you imagine, right? Than you imagine. For example, es que no sé cómo buscarla. Okay. Um, okay, I got it. Okay, yes, I found it. That's cool. Okay, let's take a view to this example. It was easy to find it. Ok. Aquí tenemos esta lección específicamente de, me encanta este profesor Alejo Lopera. Muy bueno. We have these prepositions at the end of the sentence. Where are you from? What are you talking about? This is a very interesting one. Who did you sell it to? Okay. What are you looking at? What are you interested in? Okay. Yes. Oh, and something that, yes, this is a tip. This is a great tip. In Spanish, okay, because we try to associate the language, the native with the foreign one. If in Spanish, okay, the question starts with the preposition, okay. In English, we write it at the end. That's all, okay. Un tip es que si la pregunta en castellano empieza al principio acerca de, para, en y otras preposiciones más que tenemos, se pone al inglés al final, ¿ok? Esto específicamente en preguntas. I don't know if we have more. ¿Ok? Ok. I'm not sure. Ok. Ok. En inglés, bueno, en castellano sería ¿para qué lo necesitas? ¿Ok? Pregunta de información. ¿Ok? Esta es una preposición, para es una preposición. Entonces, estaría mal si yo digo for what do you need it? ¿Ok?
Okay.
Estaría incorrecto. Porque en inglés de ley, de regla, es que la preposición vaya al final. ¿Ok? Sería así. Entonces dejamos ¿qué lo necesitas para? Algo así sería la traducción literal. ¿Ok? Literalmente si lo traducimos sería algo así. Pero ya traduciendo o manteniendo el contexto podría ser como ¿para qué lo necesitas? What do you need? What do you need it for? ¿Ok? ¿Con quién? ¿Ok? La preposición quién sería incorrecto decir with who. ¿Ok? No, a veces traducimos de manera tan literal que suena terrible. Si yo
Yes.
escucho with who, no suena mal. Okay?
Yeah, I was
Entonces,
thinking about that. I hear a lot of people that say that, and I was learning at the same. So I was thinking that is correct. Now I'm knowing that it's incorrect.
yes, yes, now I'm thinking we don't have this lesson in person, I guess. Yes, I guess we don't have because this is like a I'm not really sure, right? But we don't have it. And then I'm thinking in other books, we have the book of National Geographic, but we don't have it. Yeah, so it's important to know. So you only have to think. If it's in Spanish, it is like the preposition at the beginning, okay? Write it at the end, okay? So yes, you have to take care in that part. I guess we have another example about it. Okay, this is a, let's see. Okay. Oh no, it wasn't too far. Okay. We have no han dicho de dónde lo robaron. Okay. They haven't said where they took it from. Okay. Esto no es una pregunta, es más fácil hacerlo de pregunta, pero acá tenemos de dónde. Ok. Tenemos específicamente la preposición de. De viene siendo from. Ok. Entonces, vamos a suponer, they haven't said from where, okay, yes, está incorrecto. From where está muy mal, ok, porque from en inglés es, bueno, en castellano también es una preposición, ok, entonces voy a identificarlo primero que tengo la preposición en mi oración, entonces veo y digo, ok, aquí tengo una preposición, entonces directamente al final. Y esto, Rosario, no es una estructura en realidad, ok, no es como que y pasa inmediatamente, es decir, es un poco por el tema de la estructura, ¿ok?
Ujú.
A veces es un poco difícil, ¿ok? Entonces es cuestión de práctica y de escuchar más que todo, ¿ok? De practicar, de ponerlo en práctica, porque no es fácil de hacerlo, ¿ok? A veces la oración es tan larga o hay mucha información, entonces que a veces resulta difícil, ¿ok? Pero a medida que vayas practicando, primero a reconocer las preposiciones. Reconoces las preposiciones y te va a facilitar demasiado el hecho de conjugar las palabras y poner al final. Porque si yo digo, they haven't said from where, okay, from where they took it, it sounds weird, okay? But if I'm going to take my preposition, okay, here it is the preposition, okay? De dónde en realidad es la palabra en que me quiero enfocar, okay, de dónde, no solo de, porque de puede ser solamente of, okay, entonces hay que saber identificar. They haven't said where they took it from, okay? ¿De dónde? Es from, básicamente. Ok, esta es una preposición. No solo de, vamos a tomar esto, porque solo de, ok, si solamente dices de, es of.
Mhm.
¿Ok?
And it's
Pero,
incorrect, right? To say of where, right?
yes, it's incorrect.
Ah, okay.
It's incorrect. Esta es una preposición de lugar, de dónde, ok. Entonces hay que tener mucho cuidado. Tenemos preposiciones de lugar, tenemos preposiciones de tiempo, ok. Tenemos muchas preposiciones. Entonces, identifico preposición de lugar, de dónde, ¿ok? Porque si, claro, si solamente identificas el de, no es que yo voy a ver en la oración, dice de, voy a poner from, no, porque no es una preposición, ¿ok? No es una preposición, es preposición de lugar que responde a mi pregunta de dónde, ya puedo ver que es de lugar, de dónde lo robar, ¿ok? La mejor manera de identificar una preposición, preguntándose. Entonces, como es una preposición, la pongo al final, ¿ok?
Okay. But
Yes.
for example, in this part, is it really necessary to put it from? For example, I understand what happened with the prepositions in questions, but really specifically in this example, no han dicho de dónde lo robaron. I think that the meaning it's maintained with they haven't said where they took it. Is it correct? Or it's really changed the meaning?
I don't really get it. What do you mean? If
Okay.
it's
In the
necessary
last
to write,
yeah, in the last example, is it really necessary to put it from to in order to understand or to translate all the meaning in the sentence? For example, I think that it's the same meaning without a from, that it doesn't happen in the other sentence, for example, or in the other questions, like ¿con quién estás hablando? It's not the same like who are you talking? But I think there is more specifically, but in the last example, I think that it's not really necessary. Is it really necessary? Or is
okay.
it really necessary in all the examples? For example, ¿con quién estás hablando? Who are you talking? Is it correct?
Ok, es muy buena pregunta. Ok, muy buena pregunta. Ok, tenemos they haven't said where they took it. Ok, es que, a ver, they haven't said where they took it. Ok, entonces, ¿qué pasa si eliminamos el from? Ok, estaría incompleto de cierta manera porque no hay preposición. Ok, vamos a tomar en cuenta de que, de dónde, ok, junto significa from. ¿Ok? Y bueno, ¿dónde? Podría ser solo where, ¿ok? Aunque, te soy sincera, yo, y bueno, a quienes he escuchado hablar, ¿ok? Tanto a colegas, a profesores y todo, siempre se acostumbra a ponerle al final la preposición. Entonces, no es tanto de que sea o no necesario, sino cómo quieres expresar tu oración. Si tú vas a eliminar el from, no estaría mal, no estaría mal, porque con esto ya estaría completo, pero en realidad, ¿dónde queda de? Ajá. Entonces ya saldrías un poco de tu contexto. Sí podrías hacerlo, te acepto te acepto que puedas utilizar si es que tal vez estás en un inglés básico, ¿ok? Pero no, tenemos que poner porque es parte del lenguaje, es parte de la estructura, ¿ok? Fuera, por ejemplo, no han dicho dónde lo robaron, ¿ok? Pero ¿y el de dónde está? ¿Ok? Entonces no traducimos palabra por palabra, esto va a ser of y esto va a ser where, ¿ok? Y si yo
Okay.
digo de esta manera, va a ser, estaría incorrecto. Entonces, por eso se toman los dos juntos y se traduce como from, ¿ok? O más que todo, si quieres verlo tal vez para comprender mejor, este from viene siendo el de la oración. ¿Ok? Para que puedas entender un poquito mejor. Porque esto sí es bien tedioso, bien complejo de entender por nuestra estructura gramatical del castellano. ¿Ok? Entonces tenemos que adecuarnos al idioma que aprendemos. Entonces estaría incompleto. Ajá. No quiere decir que esté mal, pero como te digo, sí, ya cuando aprendes un poquito más del idioma y ya lo hablas y lo utilizas bien, eso, las preposiciones se te sale tal cual, es decir, se te sale como si eres nativa de inglés. ¿Ok? Nuevamente,
Okay.
no está mal, no está mal, pero ya al nivel en el que estamos tenemos que saber manejarlo, ¿ok? Tenemos que utilizar las preposiciones al final de la oración. Hay algunos casos en donde es innecesario, ¿ok? Cuando se entiende el significado, nuevamente, cuando ya es obvio, digamos. Pero hay algunos casos en los que no, y justamente en esos casos utilizamos las preposiciones al final. Es tan común, Rosario, es tan común que, te digo, ya al pasar del tiempo, cuando ya lo escuchas y lo practicas más que todo, ¿ok? Se te sale normal, natural, no te enfocas tanto en la estructura. Ajá, sí, sí. Okay, so that will be the answer. I don't know if I solved your question.
Yes, miss. It's okay. Thanks.
Okay, so it was great. So, all right, so because we are on time, we're going to stop until this part, and I'm going to try to send you, no, this is an announcement. I'm going to try to send you, okay, I'm going to look for it. Oh, yes, es parte de un video en donde te enseña tal vez a pensar en inglés. Directamente y ahí vas a entender mejor algunas lecciones, porque claro, como nosotros aprendemos el inglés como sujeto, verbo, predicado, preposición y bla, 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 a veces sucede de que por la misma estructura se nos hace complicado. Entonces eso ya entra y es parte de un nivel un poquito más avanzado y pensar directamente en inglés. Porque claro, como iniciantes pensamos en castellano, pasa por un proceso en nuestro cerebro y hablamos en inglés. Ya luego se piensa en inglés directamente, entonces se te va a hacer mucho más fácil. Te lo voy a compartir, ¿ok? Es un video muy interesante. So it's not that longer. I'm going to try to look for it. And yes, that will be, okay?
Okay, miss. Thanks.
Was it difficult for you?
Um, not really difficult, but I think the difficult is to understand and to get it in your deep inner that this structure is really correct. Because if you I don't know, when I started learning English, I'm not question about the structures about the English structures. So I only say, okay, that's it. Is it right? Because they told me that it's right. And I think that it was easily to catch up that in that way. But now I try to improve because I think I was stopping to learn in that way. So I think I try to practice more and to really get what happened with the structures and what happened with all the I'm not sure if it's the word, so it's idiomatics, I think.
Yes, yeah, that's a good word. Okay, we have to in each part of it. I remember that I had some teachers and they were just like, okay, this is subject and verb and everything, but Then I had the lookist, okay, to find others that they taught me these things, okay, things that you really, it's not part of the lesson, you know. So
Mhm.
yes, something that creo que quisiste decir pensativa, no estoy muy segura, y utilizaste question, I was question, I guess you said, if I'm not wrong.
No, okay, I tried to express that before when I started English, I tried to not be a question person in order to, okay, that is the structure of, I don't know, the connectors, and I okay, thoughtful.
Oh,
But now,
you curious. I was a curious person or thoughtful. Okay.
okay, so it was like when I started English, I tried to not be a thoughtful person, right?
Yes, yes, it is good.
Okay, thanks, Miss.
Okay, so yes, don't worry, it's part of the language. Okay, so then it's amazing how we discover new things in learning, not only about the structure. So we have to try to think in English. That's the key. Okay, that's the key of learning a language. For example, when then I speak, I don't know, Quechua or French, I directly think on the language. Okay, so yes, it's part of the process. It's not easy for sure, but it's part of the practice. Okay, so try to practice in those moments that you really imagine. For example, when you're in the on the bus, for example, and then you use this you ask this kind of things. So yes, try to think on it and try to use it in practice, please. Right? If we don't practice, then we're not going to be that available to do it. Okay.
Yeah, I will be. I don't know how to say that. I
What?
I dream that I'm in the future have the ability to really switch the language in 1 second. So I don't know, to speak in English, and in other second to speak in French, to other second speaking in Spanish. So yeah, that was that will be one of my goals.
Yes, it's part of the process, and you have to be patient with it. Yes, for sure. It's difficult. Yes, I'm not going to say it's easier. No, it's difficult. But if you practice, then it's going to be more keepable. Yes, it's going to be more manageable, the situation. Okay, so it is cool. The practice is the key. Okay.
Yes, thanks, Miss.
Okay, Rosario, don't worry. So I'm going to see you tomorrow. Oh no, sorry, on Wednesday, right?
Wednesday, yeah. Yes.
Okay, so have a great Monday, and then I'm going to wait for you on Wednesday. It was a pleasure. So have a good night, Rosario. Bye bye.
Bye, Miss. Good night.